Good morning, students, first farmers, or good afternoon. Today's topic is pertaining to the functions of the Council of Ministers. Now, last week we talked about that. We identified some of the, we identified all of the ministers that are a part of the Council of Ministers of St. Martin. We also talked about and identified who is the Minister of Plenipotentiary for St. Martin. Now today we're going to briefly describe their functions. Now the main function of the ministers is to basically execute the policies that the government wants to see take place. That's what they basically do, and they also they debate the policies and they guide the actions of the policies to make sure that they become a reality. So that's basically one of their main functions. Now, each minister has a group of advisors. They have a cabinet. So the group of advisors are those persons who help the ministers carry out the policies, execute the policies. That's another word for carry out, to execute. Now remember, ministers are appointed. Now, in layman terms, the boss of the ministers is actually the members of parliament. So which means the ministers are accountable to the members of parliament. They have to answer to the members of parliament. The members of parliament get to ask questions to ministers, and the ministers must provide the responses and answers to the questions that the members of parliament are asking them. Okay? The ministers must also provide a report of how far the policies they're working on is being executed or becoming a reality. So they provide the reports on the activities. Now, one thing you have to know is that when Parliament comes to an end, so for example, if the government of St. Martin falls, the coalition breaks up, for example, what happens is the ministers that are there becomes caretaker. So they're in charge until a new group of ministers are appointed. And when Parliament ends, we call that a big fancy word, which is dissolution of Parliament. So that's the main function of the ministers. They make reports. They also work on policies. They try to make the policies become a reality. It's a policy that guides the country, guides their ministries. So that's mainly the two functions that I described today about the ministers. Okay, students, so that's the end of this video. Don't forget the assignment today. Remember, I have previous questions coming from prior notes and videos with the aim of assisting you to prepare for the exams. Thank you for listening.